Welcome to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I've never actually played like the original, so have I played Stanley Parable before? Let's just jump right in. No, I haven't played it. Do I cheat? Oh no, we don't want to go that dark. I feel like that's fair. Please enter the current time. (10:01 p.m.) Display settings need access. Okay. Let's go. Check settings, of course. Borderless. Yeah. Turn it down a little bit for me. Just a little bit. Okay. General. Show subtitles, subtitle size. Yes, good. Let's just get into it, I guess. Let's go. I've never played this before, so this is new.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Hell
This
yeah.
is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Brother really sat there for an hour and just like, What if I don't leave the office? Okay, fine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They're gone. Perfect building, in my opinion. Oh, just turn them off, I guess. Can I turn them back on? hate Mondays. What's that one? Pick it up. Who's that guy? This does not make sense.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I think I'll go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Give me soda. Okay, okay. Coffee?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
They're good. They're good paintings. I wonder if he gets mad if we just stay here.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
There, brother. That's not very nice. Can I look outside? I just want to see if he gets mad.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Fuel. Alright, fine.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What's out here, though?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I wanted to see what this was about. Do not jump from cargo lift while it's in motion will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone
That's a lot of boxes.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Hey. Boxes. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think we should go in there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm vibing with the black pit. Fuck it. Let's go. Whee!
That's her,
Hello?
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Yeah, fuck it. Sure. Hello? What the fuck?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
My wife.
Gotcha. Oh,
is there
come
bread?
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
But
They
is
wanna
there
commit
bread?
their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Now.
Sorry. but
Can
you're
I
in
offer
my
you a
story
nice
now.
egg in this
Ah! Hi, Jade. Is there bread?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What if I push any button but that?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
Bread.
And every button that he pushes is
Bread.
a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Bread.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
If I push
Now
buttons,
he's
do I get
pushing
bread?
a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Hey, you know, whatever makes you happy, man. Bread.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
I don't know if I believe that.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Shit, not bad. I mean, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own
That's
job.
not TV.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Hell yeah, spend time with the boys.
He went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, twice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
She not bad. She kind of, I don't know.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
I fucked this up already.
An enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again.
She's a deep
and
thinker.
Then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I'd love you, wife.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
My wife. Okie doke. Good night.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps.
Tim's on his own
maybe this
path.
time he'll see. Maybe
All right,
this time.
fine.
Boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Excuse me.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
It is all a dream.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He thought to himself,
we're not
I
crazy.
suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That is a good question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that? This
Explain
voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yeah.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress
It was
on his
all a
back,
dream.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
It was a dream.
Let me wake up,
A dream.
he thought to himself.
Yeah.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
I love
Please.
pushing buttons.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
This is just me every day.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Totally normal. I am normal. Well, that's unfortunate.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Buttons, bread, and wife. Yep. That's all we need, really.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
That's
then
me!
collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
they look
she
just like
thought
regular
to herself
people.
how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Poor
And
Stanley.
then she turned and ran.
Poor Stanley. He's just crazy. He's just a little crazy, that's all.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This
When
time,
Stanley came to a set
we're
of
gonna
2
do
open
this.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Hold on.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It is quite a nice room.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Button.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yeah.
So now in order to
Button.
get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Fucking guy. Button.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What
I don't know.
was I thinking? It's
You're the one
clearly...
opening the doors.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
We're lost.
No,
Just like
let's
real
see.
life.
We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Ooh. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay,
No.
okay.
I've seen it.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this
What?
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to push the button.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
My
Stanley
favorite
decided
hobby
to go
is
to the meeting
pissing off
room.
this
Perhaps he
narrator.
had simply missed a memo.
New favorite hobby unlocked.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh,
Yeah?
did something change? Stanley,
Oh.
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who
Yeah.
wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know
Yeah.
for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go. Ooh. This way. We're finding the story. Let's go this way. And then this way. And then this way. And then this way. And then this way. This way. This way. This way. And then...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise
Wow.
you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
What
go
could
to
it
the meeting
mean?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might
Wow.
be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we
Wow.
go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, you're the one writing it. You're the one opening doors, bro. I just going through them.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
The
No,
story.
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay,
That
let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I think he's lost. I've done it. Ooh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Nope.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
I did it.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Thanks.
Oh, no.
No, it's okay.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
I'm the winner.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Lovely.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
This way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Well, I want to explore. I want to see what's going on, you know? I gotta learn shit, you know? Somebody's playing solitaire.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yeah,
Simply by
it's
the act of
adventure.
moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa,
Bro, you lost me.
That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah, a
I'd
little
like
bit.
to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Oh.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah. Tunes. Hell yeah, let's go. Some tunes.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important
It's a nice
later in
fern.
the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't
Nice
want
fern.
to miss anything.
Yeah, it's a good fern. There it is. Very important. Okay. Got it. Nice fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
You're lying.
No. Lying. You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I want the music back. Fucking jam. Hey, we did it! Yay! Good job, us! Back to work. This way? I don't know. For... This way? I believe I am going backwards. Yeah, I can't go that way. Oh, when I click on something, it sounds like a keyboard. I don't think... This way? That's where we came from? Ah, we're back here.
No.
We did it!
Deadline. How
Yay!
could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't
Fired.
take this anymore.
Somebody got
To hell
fired.
with it. Restart.
Oh. Somebody got fired. Did you see that? Oh,
You know
they
what,
did.
Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's
Yeah,
it ever
fuck
done
that
for us?
line.
We're intelligent people,
Fuck
right?
that line.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something
Yeah.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I do love wandering. I do enjoy wandering. Also, it's the only door you opened, so...
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Could
What do you
be.
want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be,
I'm
Stanley.
getting dizzy. I want a
I'm
horror
ready
story.
for it.
Just read thing. Fired.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like
It's
to
in the
veto the
ceiling.
line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be
I think
fine.
it's TM. There it goes. Wow.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Yeah.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Hey. Oh.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Yeah,
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
we did it.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Yeah.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Yeah.
Well, who consulted me? How
Yeah.
do I get to decide?
Yeah.
And I get a say in all of this. Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
We won.
Whatever it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Back to work.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We
What
did
did it
it.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We got the confused ending. Yeah. Alright, let's listen to him this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want that music back. It's a goddamn
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hello. Hello.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Amazing. Really
He
good
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh. A button. For me? Oh. Did we do it?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to
Quite
him?
like my job.
This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I could just leave. Should we just leave?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Damn. That's rough. Corporate America, am I right?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Probably.
No. He refused to believe it.
Pirate?
He couldn't accept it. His own
He's a
life
pirate.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I love pushing buttons. Keystone power. Ooh. If I turn it off.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they
I don't
kept
know
you
how to
enslaved
read.
all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Bruh,
I'm afraid you
I'll
don't
do
have
it.
nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
1, 2.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what
We're
happened.
gonna blow up.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
I don't think we
To
have
hell
enough
with
time.
it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Buttons.
Stanley, you're in for quite
Incorrect.
a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Weapons.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
I'm gonna
Will you
blow
cling
up.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Ooh, I think we blew up. Hey, yo. Yep, we blew up. Wait, this is different. We went boom.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Backwards. No, not allowed.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nobody here.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it be?
We can't jump! I just got an achievement.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
That's crazy.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I got an achievement for trying to jump too many times. It said, you can't jump. We turned it off.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're gonna go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
We love a violent death. I already blew up once, so why not?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm ready to confront my death. Is it a hole in the ground? Oh, fuck yeah. I did it. Whoa.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
shit.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. Smush. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh? Oh. Did we win?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Buttons. 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 I love button. The office. Oh, we did it. Good job, us. We won the game. What's this? Freedom. Did we win? We did it. Hello? 42. Wait, come back. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh. Oh, quite nice. Okay. I saw a switch. Wait. Slideshow? Will the game feature capybaras? It's a good question. Warzone. Bicycle. Did we win? Well, that's it, guys. We did it. Yeah, not fast enough. Oh, let's go touch this button.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I did it.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
There's no lights on. I cannot see.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose.
Really? Do I actually quit the game?
This is the story.
Ah, it tricked me.
All of his co-workers were gone.
It
What could it
tricked me.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
Oh, new
New content?
content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Oh.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure
Nice
it's
elevator.
just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we Should we be moving somewhere or...
There
we go.
we go.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the...
Right.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All
Wait a
right.
minute.
All right, let's see it. The jump circle?
Jump! They put jump. This is amazing. I've been trying to jump this whole game. I got an achievement for trying to jump too many times. Oh, we ran out of jumps. Next.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Ah, that's pretty good.
Another elevator.
That's pretty good.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what
jumping.
passes for
I love
exciting new
jumping.
content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000
where's my
hours of
wife?
new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
I hope it's more jumping.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you couldn't be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please
I got that achievement.
ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Yeah.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
What is the
No
Stanley
frills,
Parable about?
no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
We have such a good
What do
time.
you say, friend?
Oh.
Psst.
Ooh.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What's in the vent? What's in the vent? A hole? The vent? What's in the vent? I love going in the vents.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
I think it was
thinking
that
about
bad.
the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ooh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's
Aw.
where I've been storing all
So
my
pretty.
favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you
That's quite
hear that,
nice.
Stanley? every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Wow.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no
Jumping,
games at all.
though.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
I kind of like the
Just
jumping.
a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I like elevators. Ooh. What's down here? Okay, cool. Allow me to wander off, please, game.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
I kind of
It
quite
just
like the
needed to be
jumping, though.
left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection
Steam
of reviews from
reviews.
Steam, the
Go to
online
bed.
video
Okay, good
game
night.
distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
I don't
Surely
know,
these
man.
reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah, probably. Probably great. Ooh.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Damn.
Funny? I'm not
Damn,
trying
bro.
to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
A little bit.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness.
A little bit.
This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Damn.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Surely.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
A skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable. Stanley! Stanley!
What?
Stanley, please don't push the
Button.
button again. It's been 12 hours.
Button.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the...
Button.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin
Nah.
with,
Is he dead? Oh. Button. The fire alarm is going off. Shut up, fire alarm. Shut up, fire alarm.
but they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a
Okay.
point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed,
on,
they
huh?
gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It was...
Button.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
Oh,
is never the
we broke
end,
'em.
is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Guys, I
end,
think we
is never
broke
the
him.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is...
No roof is leaking. Gotta get that fixed. Button. Button. Oh. Playtime. Well. Ooh. Pretty. Beautiful. Oh, no longer pretty. Sad. Apocalyptic. Boop. Demons outside. Well. Boop. Oh, my button! My button fell down. Well, I'm stuck on the button. Nice. Perfect. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I'm here for. Let's go. Ah, how nice. Am I actually moving away from it? Okey-doke. The
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. Oh, new content, you say?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Oh, into the dark. I think he's mad at me. Is it an elevator? I love elevators.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Number 2. Dos.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Makes sense.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Can I jump? Wait, hold on. Is this actually... Where's my phone? Hold on, I want to check this QR code. I want to see if it actually takes me somewhere. Well, it takes you somewhere. Where am I going? Name button, you say?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself... All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
You know. It's a little sassy. A little bit of a sassy.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings World Champion. Infinite Hole, you say? You have my attention. An achievement. We'll come back to that. Let's go get an achievement. Free achievement. Hell yeah.
Now, here's something
Free
special.
enchantment.
You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Hell yeah.
You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will
not
be
a
fixed in
wizard?
the sequel to
I
at
thought you
last
were a
satisfy
wizard.
the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you.
Infinite
and I
hole.
promise it will happen. What
I wanna
else?
see the infinite
What
hole.
other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That's what I'm here for. Let's go. A black hole. Perhaps? Infinite black hole?
Stanley,
Like an infinite
here's an
black
idea
hole.
that I'm
Let's go.
truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my
very
more
nice.
ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I like the infinite hole though. Maybe I don't want to stay in it.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
What happens if I don't? Is this not an infinite hole?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the
I knew
infinite
it.
nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good
Come
for
out
you.
of the
You found
hole.
the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
I am.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
I do love falling
The
down
only person
holes.
actually wants to fall infinitely. I
kinda
figured
nice.
the hole was as deep as
Relaxing.
anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we
Nah, that
both
wasn't
said
very
some
nice.
things we didn't mean. Why
I didn't.
don't we just put all this
I meant
behind
it.
us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If
Like,
that works
pretty
for
deep.
you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Hole.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly,
bit.
I didn't make an infinite
Oh,
hole.
not
I
as
didn't
deep
think
as
it
before.
was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
I'm back in
If
the
this
hole,
starts to
baby.
become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect
the
that
wrong
I'm
direction.
starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley,
Trouble.
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth,
I love falling down
I just
holes.
can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Gee.
Is the, teleport button not working? You
Nope.
sure?
Nope.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Don't work.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose.
Hold.
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You
Bye.
couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a
Which was
win
deeper,
for
though.
everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
See you
I
later.
hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Pretty good hole. It's kind of a pit at this point. It's not really a hole anymore. My pit. Hello? Oh. Going down. Bye-bye. See you later. I descend. Goodbye, everybody. Who's smoking all these cigarettes? Change of perspective. Damn. Damn, Stanley.
My head's stronger. You're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. You're no longer using up the
Hi, Scorpion.
space of mine.
Oh! I don't know. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I have no idea what this game's about. I'm just doing shit. Hell yeah.
Stanley? Stanley?
What?
Stanley!
What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
That's a pretty good dream.
That's Stanley. Because this hole is just so
Yeah,
darn
Solo. We
fascinating
didn't know what
that I
click
want you to
stuff.
be
This one I
wide for
really
every
don't know what's
second of
going
it.
on.
You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
No.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
That's a
and I'm
good
looking
hole.
forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle.
Pit. Total. This is my pit. What's happening again? Huh? My hole. What the fuck?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
No, my hole. Infinite hole. Wait, he has a jump circle? Hold up. Where?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe.
Where's the jump?
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic... collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward
Sound
for
like a
collecting
psychology
all of
stuff.
them.
I don't know. I have no
want to
clue.
Stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh. Nope. Yay! Where's all the rest of them now? Gotta find the rest of them now. Hold
God,
on.
it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I want the jump hole. Where's the jump? Is this the jump? The jump circle. What the fuck? This is bullshit. Can't jump. You fucked it up. You gone done fucked it up. Let's see. The reassurance bucket, you say? Let's go check that out, I guess. Okay, so no, his voice.
A common complaint
hates
of
me.
Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
No bucket.
I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's
Where's the bucket?
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see,
Love a bucket.
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Bucket.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions
I want the
of
bucket.
the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket
just give
is
me the
in
bucket.
your arms. And to
Give
be
me the bucket.
honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, I can have it now? Finally? Give me the bucket. It's my bucket now.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in
not gonna let me
fact,
keep the bucket,
can I
are
say
you?
that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
It is
I
a nice
think that
bucket.
just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
That's a
All
pretty good
this and
bucket.
more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I keep the bucket? I'm keeping the bucket. This is mine now. Bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
The mostly infinite hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But
This
I'm
one.
undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you
This
go
one.
with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually
This one.
really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
You jerk.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Probably.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
We're going back to the hole. I got my bucket. We're going back to the hole. You can't keep me away. Only hole. All I know. Let me in. No! Ugh, he's ruined it. Ruined it. At least I have this bucket. Can't even jump. Bullshit. This way, I guess. I'm trying to bucket grabber. Okay. Bro. I would like to be able to jump. Well, that's it, I guess. Have we been everywhere? I think we've been everywhere. Where have we not been? Office decorations, bucket. Just an empty liminal space. Yeah. Get that. Oh. A button. Oh. I love buttons. I just want to push buttons. Jump circle. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That one doesn't work. It just says Jim. It's just a button that says Jim. It gives you that vibe. Yeah, the infinite space. Oh, I'll show you. Where am I now? Oh, exit. There we go. I'm taking this bucket with me. Bye-bye. This is mine now. That's a
All right.
That's a weird
Have
one.
you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to
Yep.
move on now?
I got a bucket. That's all anybody really wants.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
I do enjoy the
can
hole
feel it in my
and the
soul.
bucket.
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really tremendous title screen. A title
I'm okay.
screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction,
I'm tired.
this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okie doke. Can I keep my bucket? Okay.
This is the story of a man.
My bucket. I'm getting off in like half an
All
hour.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I love my bucket. Yeah.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, doke. Where's the hole?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps
The
his
bucket.
boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
A reassurance bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
All right.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Sheer luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Bucket.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Got it. Bucket, 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 bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Come on, bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's okay, bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
I've had a long day.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
It's true.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
Last time we turned it on and we blew up, so we're not going to do that again.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Did we win?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Hello?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Free me
Until
in my
finally
bucket.
the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
The facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part.
No, my bucket.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
My
Not while this
bucket.
building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has
At
the
least I have
bucket.
my bucket.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay,
Yeah.
won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
My bucket. You can't give me bucket and then take bucket away. That's against the rules. Bucket?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone... Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a
My
wave
bucket.
of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Companion
be.
bucket.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out
There
to
it
be
is.
correct? No,
Goodbye.
never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I don't think I
No,
will.
said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The
Okay.
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket. Now ride
Okay,
the lift
bucket.
all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay, bucket.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
It
he
did?
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Let's go bucket.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay, bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Where's my bucket? My bucket. Okay. Bucket, there you are. Alright, let's go to work.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Okay, let's go home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Good bucket. Back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Bucket.
It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
It's a good bucket. Let's go home.
You see, he's not listening. he's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from, me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket, this stupid hunk of metal.
Ignore everyone but Bucket.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket.
It's a good bucket.
Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, you're real. Come on, Bucket.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
Bucket.
It's just a little more...
Good bucket.
What am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would
Good
be
bucket.
better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Bucket. Let's go to home.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's
good
going
bucket.
on? Why do I want to be with the
Ooh.
bucket?
Hi.
Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less
Can't have
confusing.
the bucket.
Yes.
It's mine.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to
Ow!
me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need it.
My bucket.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Bucket. My bucket. Go back to work. Okay. Bucket. Oh my goodness.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
My bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
Okay.
that the employee lounge
I-
was simply the place to be.
I'm actually going to go ahead and end this here. I'm so tired. I will come back to this, but I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. So yeah. All right. Say good night, YouTube. Good night, YouTube.